Hello, Reeses and Kit Kats. Okay, today for our benchmark review, we're going to be doing something that brings us way back to the beginning of the year, dividing fractions. So everybody should have a worksheet that looks like this that says Thursday, November 6th. All right, so the first thing we do when dividing fractions, let's look at problem number 1. We have 5 divided by 1/3. The very first thing we do before we can get started is that we need to make both of these numbers a fraction. Right now, I have 1/3, which is a fraction, but 5 is not. So I need to make 5 a fraction. Because it's 5 wholes, because this is a whole number, so it's 5 wholes, I can make it a fraction by putting it over 1. So when you have a whole number, you make it a fraction by putting it over 1. Then I'll rewrite it, divided by 1/3. Now, we do what we haven't done in a very long time, and we keep, change, flip. I'm going to write it out on the side. Keep, change, flip. So I'm going to keep this first fraction. So it'll be 5 over 1. I will then change my division sign to multiplication. So it'll be multiplying and flip the third one. Once we've done that, when we multiply fractions, it's super easy because now it's a multiplication problem, not division. So I multiply the top and then multiply the bottom. So I have 15 over 1. 15 over 1 is the same as 15 wholes, which is just 15. So pause this so you can copy down problem number 1. I'm going to move on to problem number 2. All right, so here we have a word problem. There are 2 2/3 pounds of Skittles in each large bag, and the entire bag is split equally among a group of friends. If each person eats 3/4 pounds, how many people can share the bag? So we have a big bag split into groups of 3/4. So we are dividing because we are splitting into groups. So we have 2 2/3 divided by 3/4. All right, so this isn't a whole number. So if it was a whole number, I would just put it over 1. But this is a mixed number. So we also have not done this in a very long time, but we need to convert this mixed number to a fraction. So what I'm going to do is multiply my whole number by the denominator. You guys might remember squeeze in Texas, which I taught a few of you. So you squeeze in the T or the plus and the X for multiplication. So I do 2 times 3, we're multiplying, which is 6 plus 2 over 3. We multiply the whole number by the denominator, and then we added the numerator. So 2 times 3 plus 2, 6 plus 2. Keep your denominator the same, which equals, I'm just going to rewrite this, 6 plus 2 is 8. So now we're just going to rewrite the whole thing because our other number is a fraction. All right, now I have 2 numbers that are fractions and a division sign. So I need to do keep, change, flip. I'm going to keep this first number, change the division to multiplication, and then flip the third fraction. So that's 4/3. And then, now that it's a multiplication problem, I can just multiply straight across. 8 times 4 is 32 over 3 times 3, which is 9. We don't want our answer to be an improper fraction. Remember, an improper fraction is when the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So we're going to divide. So I'll do 9 goes into 32 3 times with 5 left over. So it is 3 and 5 over 9. You can also do that by doing long division. 32 divided by 9, you would get 3 here, and then you get a remainder of 5, so it would be 5 over 9. Again, I know we haven't done this in a very, very long time, and I want to make sure that all of you guys are successful with your worksheets. So if you feel comfortable with keep, change, flip, pause the video here, do the rest of the worksheet on your own. But I'm going to do one more so that we can get really good at this for the people who want a little extra help. So let's look at number 3. Sarah has 3 1/4 cups of milk, so 3 1/4 cups to make cookies with. Each recipe calls for 1/3 cup. How many batches of cookies can she make? So we're taking 3 1/4 cups, we're dividing it into 1/3 cups, and we're seeing how many there are. So we're splitting this into groups. So it's divided by 1/3. All right, I have a number that's not a fraction, so I need to convert this mixed number to an improper fraction. So I'm going to squeeze in Texas, then do our whole number times the denominator, 3 times 4, which is 12, plus the numerator, which is 1 over 4. Because our denominator, 4, stays the same. 12 plus 1 is 13. So it's 13 over 4 divided by 1/3. Now I'm going to do KCF. Keep, change, flip. Keep the first number, 13 over 4. Change division to multiplication. Flip the second number. So I have 13 over 4 times 3 over 1, which is 13 times 3 is 39 over 4. If you do the same long division, which you can do on your own, you would end up with 9 3/4. All right, I know these are tricky, but I want you guys to try your best. I will not give you a lunch detention as long as you've shown me work and shown me that you've made an effort. It's okay if you get it wrong. I need you guys to be trying though. Okay, so remember it's +5 if it's completed, lunch detention if it's not. On the back, there is an integer review. Just remember that absolute value is always positive. So the absolute value of -1, I'll erase this right here. For the problem on the back, the absolute value of -1 equals 1. The absolute value of 3 equals 3. And then one other thing that you might get tripped up over, 12 over 4 as a fraction means 12 divided by 4, which is just 3. So when you see 12 over 4, know that that's the same as 3. All right, good luck with the worksheet. Let me know if you have any questions.